Going to go over how easy it is to just transition into other marketplaces. So, like once you start building a listing on one marketplace, you have already done your research. You have already done your editing through Canva with your pictures and stuff. You've got your descriptions, the weights, you've done your cost analysis at this point, so you know what's profitable, how much you got to sell it for. So in this scenario, basically what happened is I created an eBay listing for these bottles here of the Naman Moy Thai boxing oil, muscle ligament oil. And my location being in Edmonton, that's where I'm shipping from, somebody messaged me and asked me if I had a storefront because they also live in Edmonton. I told them I didn't. They asked me, do I sell on Facebook Marketplace? I said no, but that's a great idea. So again, through this journey, what I'm doing is I'm basically starting from scratch. Obviously, I have a lot of background experience in this, but I don't have a warehouse. I don't have any current big stores selling any products. So, I'm doing things like this where I'm finding products, reselling it, creating the listings, starting these eBay stores, getting these things onto these different marketplaces, and kind of, documenting that journey as I go to show that as long as you have the knowledge, and some sort of a budget, even without a budget, sometimes if we get into, selling our reused stuff from home or old stuff that we don't use anymore, maybe that's how we build up our capital, all those types of things, right? So, but anyway, we can talk about that in other videos. So basically what I'm going to do here is I've never actually created a Facebook listing before, but I'm going to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my information from my eBay listing. So on my tabs here, I have my Canva open, which we're always going to use. I have my Facebook open, and I have my eBay store open, right? So I'm going to go on to my store. Maybe I'll just go into the edit side, so then I'll actually have all of my information, all of my pictures right here, right? And I'm just basically going to do some copy and pasting and get these images put into the Facebook listing. So let's see how this goes. So obviously going to go on Marketplace. You're going to create a new listing. So you can sell lots of stuff on here. Create multiple listings. So I haven't done any of that either, but I'm sure you can bulk upload, and maybe I'm sure there's softwares that can go on multi-platforms and stuff like that. Maybe you just need to use Canva to resize the main images, things like that. But anyways, we're going to go to create a item to sell. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so here's our listing. Let's see what we got going on. As you create your listing, okay, so we're going to add photos. Let me just check here if I can find these old photos. Show all. So yeah, I got some of the old photos here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag some of these over. Maybe I can drag them all over at once. Drop those in there. We can add a video because I have a little video somewhere here. When did I make those again? Yeah, so obviously it's good to keep this stuff in folders and stuff like that, obviously, right? Okay, here's my video. Put that in there. So now I got my video. Okay. And then basically I'm going to copy all this stuff. So my title, I'm going to do this. I should probably write 3-pack in there. Title, boom. All right. I'll go like this. 3X. Put a capital on there. 3-pack. The price, I guess I'm going to say, because I've already done my math, I'm selling this for $67 on eBay because it's $18 to ship. So then I know that I'm actually making money still if I sell it at $50 and somebody picks it up. And then I don't even have a eBay fee, obviously, there too, right? So I can go $50 categories. Okay, so obviously we want to health and beauty probably. Yeah, I'm gonna say health and beauty. These are new. My description. So again, I can go down here. Where is it? Here's my description. I just copy and paste that bad boy. Boom. So that's starting to look good. I think that's my... Let's go here. Can I move this over? No, that's going to be first. Let's just see. Next, so we're going to put it on Facebook Marketplaces. Let's just see here what happens when I publish. Okay, so it's showing your listing. And then I know here you got a seller's dashboard, you got insights. So, you know, if you start making sales on here, you want to keep track of what you're selling, how many you're selling, all that stuff. Okay, here too. And now it's telling us you can boost it. You can do some ads, obviously. I don't know anything about that yet because I haven't sold on Facebook. So I'll leave that alone for now. And then, yeah, there it is. I mean, promote, share. You could share that on your own marketplaces. Maybe you could share that anywhere you want, really. You got a link here that you can share, so you can copy this link. You can share that to people. Ask people to share it for you. So yeah, there it is. John listed an item. Got my picture on there. I got it. And I don't know what the competition is on Facebook. I'm sure there's lots of people just selling random things on Facebook. I don't know how in depth they get into their listings, but like any other platform, I'm sure that, you know, a very good picture up front is going to make a big difference. Obviously, you know, your title, your description, all the information that you put in, that's kind of about the product as well, because when people start searching for these products, these keywords, these names, what the product does, all that stuff, then that's what's going to get people to find your ads, right? So again, I don't know what the competition level is like in that market, but I'm going to assume it's not very high. So I think if you did quality listings, good customer service, you know what I mean, I think you would be able to sell lots of stuff on here. Let's check out, we got a seller dashboard. So again, look, this is absolutely nothing. I haven't done anything to this or ever sold on here. Listings being reviewed right now, so I guess it's not live. No, it looks like there's something old here. Maybe I was messing around with this a long time ago. Yeah, the AMZ Soldier Group. Yeah, that's old. So yeah, I mean, it's got lots of stuff here. Needs attention. Got your seller star ratings up here, so obviously it's going to be good to boast that up. And I mean, Facebook Marketplace is probably a lot like eBay. There's probably not a lot of restrictions on things you can and can't sell, obviously within reason. And yeah, I mean, who knows? You could start your own little store here. Again, if you don't have any money or you're just starting out or you just want to test things, I mean, this is a great way to just get your feet wet. You still have to, you're not doing any shipping really in this. You're going to be more meeting people, but it allows you to practice customer service, you know, checking up on your store, learning your metrics. It's going to allow you to build listings, you know, learn how to do images and stuff like that, all on Canva. So, you know, this is a good place to start, and you can sell used stuff. So even if you don't have any money to invest, you can just go onto Marketplace and you can go around your house and, You know, we just moved houses a couple weeks ago, and we have bins of stuff that we just kind of put in bins and moved them. But, you know, I'm sure when I go through that stuff, there's going to be stuff that I haven't used for many years that could still be valuable to somebody else. You could start listing that stuff on Marketplace, and then after you get a couple dollars in capital, you know, then you start branching out a little bit, and you know, then you start to try to find things retail arbitrage style, and then from there you go into vendors and suppliers and start doing bulk buys, and all that kind of stuff comes later. But this is like the absolute bare bones, right? The very beginning of it is you're just getting your feet wet. It's very low cost. It can make you some money. You're gonna learn a bunch. So yeah, just you remember Canva is one of the best for that, for just changing things over to back and forth, editing your listings and doing your images. I mean, for $20 a month for a pro account here, it's just crazy cheap in comparison when you're making all these different videos and, you know, listings and stuff like that. And let's just say that Facebook had a different requirement for you know, an image. So if I wanted to use this image here, but this image is cut out as what's my frame on this image right now? I'll know when I go download. Yeah, so this is the frame on the image right now, but let's say for some reason I wanted that to be 500 by 500, or if maybe there's maximum requirements or minimum requirements, right? You always want to use the maximum pixels that's available. So if I had something that was 2000 by 2000, I would simply take this image, instead of rebuilding it, doing everything over, I can just resize it. I can go to a custom size. I can put my numbers in here. You can copy and resize this, resize it as a different design, or you can change this design specifically. So if I'm going to use the same image through multiple platforms like eBay, Amazon, Target.com, Facebook Marketplace, I'm going to find out what is the highest pixel image allowance that each marketplace is going to give me, and I'm going to make a different design for each one of those. So I'll have the best visual image for each design. And by simply just cutting and resizing, I mean, makes it super easy. So I hope that video was helpful. When I get some sales on this eBay, Facebook Marketplace, I mean, I will make some more videos about that. So keep watching. Remember to ask questions, comment, and you know, I'm just going to keep creating these videos based on my feedback, what people are looking to learn, and I'll just keep creating videos. So see you next.